Now the Hind we've already spoken about as a type, but the Hip we haven't. This is part of the most successful family of helicopters in history as far as production runs are concerned. It was in 1961 that the first example of the Mil Mi-8, which was given the NATO reporting codename HIP, took to the air. More than 17,000 Mi-8 models have so far been built and counting because it's still in production. Then came the Mi-17 with more powerful engines and a greater payload. The Mi-171 we see here is the latest export variant of that, and in excess of 12,000 Mi-17s and 171s have been built. These are simply extraordinary numbers. Hips have served all over the world, and not just in the Soviet and Russian spheres of influence and with Warsaw Pact air forces, much more widely than that. A very useful mount in hot and high conditions, just as it is in the depths of an Arctic winter. And the formation now splitting, going out in opposite directions to conduct opposing stall turns, to then reposition face to face to cross the crowd centre. Both of these helicopters come from the main rotary wing base of the Czech Air Force at Náměšť-nad-Orlicí. The Hind is from the 221st Helicopter Squadron, and it's in the hands of Major Václav Spacek. The Hip is from the 222nd Helicopter Squadron, and its pilot is Captain Tomáš Svoboda. So smoke on the Hind. With smoke canisters mounted on those stub wings. They're coming in opposition to one another now. Broken up. Czechoslovakia flew both Mi-8 and Mi-17 versions. The Czech Air Force now operates new Mi-171s, which were built new in Russia and first ordered in 2005, and the earlier examples have been upgraded as well. 8 of the new models have been built to the latest standard with a very different nose configuration from the earlier ones, and we'll see this demonstrated later, a rear loading ramp instead of the old clamshell door arrangement which was so characteristic of the Hip. Aircraft now completing what they call a flat combat turn before coming to ground front and centre to conduct some hovering demonstrations. Yes, this is the carousel part there displayed. You can see the undercarriage coming down on the Hind on the right. Interestingly, the newer Mi-35 models of the Hind produced recently in Russia have reverted to having a fixed undercarriage instead of the retractable arrangement, presumably for reasons of simplicity of maintenance and servicing. The Czech Republic also received some earlier model Mi-35, basically that the export version of the 24V model, that as part payment for a Russian debt. put the rear ramp on the hip now, and in place of the flag they flew yesterday, which was their unit emblem, they're flying the Union Jack. And closing once again with that previous manoeuvre called the face-to-face 360-degree rotation. I think for real, I know which aircraft I would be rather sat in. Seeing them flying our flag out of the back of the hip reminds us, of course, such close ties between the Czech Republic and Britain in military aviation terms, dating back to the Czechoslovak squadrons that were part of the RIAT during the Second World War. In fact, the unit that operates the Hind, the 221st helicopter squadron, often especially marks some of its helicopters in the colours of RAF Coastal Command Wellingtons and Liberators, recalling the fact that the base at Náměstí nad Ostravou holds the traditions of number 311 Czechoslovak squadron from RAF Coastal Command during wartime. And the Czechs also really good in the international community of joint tactical air controllers, the JTACs, regularly hosting exercises in the Czech Republic where the JTACs from around the world, all within the BOA, go to their countries, 18 and once or twice a year. These two helicopter types often form a very effective team in Czech Air Force service, not least conducting combat search and rescue missions. Some of the Mi-171 fleet is assigned to rescue missions, possibly using a bamboo bucket underslung. They can carry a stretcher for that task as well, or indeed a searchlight. The hits are scheduled to stay operational with the Czechs until around 2035, but as we watch the Hind coming in with smoke on in front of us, today could well be the last time you see a Czech Air Force Hind performing at a UK event, because the fleet is scheduled to go out of Czech service at the end of this year, beginning of next. They have no further UK display appearances, the pilot tells me, planned for the rest of this year. Meanwhile, the hit coming in for a rolling landing on the main runway. And as with all of the military demonstrations here, this really is a roll demonstration.